Hello, baby boys and girls and they thems.
Yeah.
Welcome back to BrokeN Boys. This is episode 197. I'm Colin.
And I'm Mike.
Yeah, it's that time of year again. Our Spotify wraps are out, so we'll be talking about those a little later, going through our top songs, top artists, not our top genre though.
Mm.
And yeah, but we got some other things to talk about as well. And before we do all that, how was your week, Mike?
Week was fine. Haven't really done much, so it's gonna be a quick one for me. But a lot of leagues, a lot of RuneScape leagues. Been playing that. Been having fun. Um, I mean, I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty of leagues, but well,
Oh,
verbally. But um, this one is themed a lot more around like end game content and like bosses, and like bosses get basically in RuneScape, it's basically a rhythm game at points. The way that bossing works. So I've been stressing real hard. I've been gaming over here. Let me tell you. But yeah,
sweating playing RuneScape down in that basement.
let me tell you. Hey, yes. It gets far more complicated than you think it can, but it gets complicated real quick. Um,
I believe you. I believe you.
yeah.
Don't worry.
For anyone who may care, I was learning corrupted gauntlet, and then was doing the echo version of Hudliff, and yeah, I was doing great. But I got a boss pet that, and, like, those are like really rare, and like they don't change the rarity on that during leagues. So like I like legitimately got a little pet, his a little blue guy, but sometimes he's red if I want to change him. Um, Kind of like our politics system, really. But um, you know, it's been good though. I've been doing that. It's been fun. Been working on a Christmas piece for my aunt and I. Last year we did a little. I did a God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, but like fucked it up a bit. And had it as a flute and clarinet duet that we performed on Christmas Eve. Um,
No.
this year, a little bit shorter of a turnaround, so I didn't want to. I mean, I was probably pushing her limits a little bit last year with some of the weird stuff I was doing, but a little bit more normal this time. Just a little medley of things. Doing a little We Three Kings into O Come O Come Emmanuel, and then ending with the Silent Night. Um, pretty simple stuff, but it's been been doing that. That's fun. Um,
Um,
yeah, that's to be completely honest with you, that's about it. I mean, I helped set up, kind of helped set up the Christmas tree a bit. Oh, I moved some boxes for my uh, well, they're kind of my aunt and uncle. At least we call them aunt and uncle, but they're not actually blood related. But they're like close friends of my grandma. I helped move some boxes for them over the weekend. Uh,
you smash your fucking finger again?
what was that?
Did you smash your fucking finger again?
Oh, no. My finger's fine. Actually, I haven't looked at it in a bit. It's not purple anymore, so we're all good.
Yeah,
I think it was fading by the time we did Friendsgiving last week. So,
yeah.
um,
I saw that still there, and I was like, oh, that's where he hit his finger.
oh, yeah, that was like it was like just at the tip of my finger then, but it was like the whole fingernail for a while. But maybe not the whole. Well, pretty much. But Yeah, no, I didn't smash my finger. All good there. But they did have, they owned like a really big house, and they had like 12 like long boxes in their basement that just needed to be brought upstairs. Um,
Hmm.
and
Trying to get in that will.
what was that? Sorry.
Trying to get in that will.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you know it. No, they're very nice. But I mean, I guess you didn't imply that they weren't, but
No.
um, but yeah, I get to talk with them a bit. I only really see them on like when we do our holiday dinners and stuff, so it's nice being able to help out. And yeah, did that, and then also moved some boxes upstairs at my own house on the same day as well. Kind of helped put together the tree a bit.
Mhm.
It's the festive season, you know. When you have Thanksgiving
I,
this late in the year, I think this weekend everyone was setting shit up. So, um,
yeah.
but it's also been cold too. Like the
Oh yeah.
last few years we've had some warm winters, so at least like warm Decembers, and yeah, we're getting down there this year, at least right now. So yeah,
We had a very warm fall, so
yeah,
Illinois was like, "Yeah, fuck you." So
yeah, warm fall into cold December. It is very Illinois, very Midwest to do that, but
mhm.
you know. Um, but yeah, that's really about it for this week. I listened to one thing, which was a very 1999 Christmas by
Oh
Jared Schlatt. uh, yeah, I mean, he it certainly is him singing some old Christmas tunes with some
yeah.
good orchestration, good vocals. He fits it very well. It's probably, I mean, I'm thinking of YouTuber projects right now, like straight up YouTuber, like probably the best one, I would say. Quadeca kind of doesn't count because he was like music as well. I don't know, and he's not really YouTuber anymore. So, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, it's very good. It's very impressive. A lot of time and care and money put into it. Yeah, it was enjoyable. I don't know, it's a Christmas album. um, yeah, that's really about it for me though. How was your week?
It was okay. Um, Came back down here on Sunday evening.
Hmm.
Um, you know, it was cold as hell. It's been very nice. I'm working with the windows open at work. Uh, last year wasn't great, especially if you were in the hole taking orders and money,
Mm.
because boy, what does it get cold down there?
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, there was a heater back there, but like it was placed on the ground, and it's like my legs aren't the thing that are cold. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know why. We don't have like a cabinet or a stool or something. I ended up just placing it on a bunch of trays back there to just so it reached my torso.
yeah.
Um, but it was very cold, very chilly. Um,
Is it one of those
but
like space heaters? Is that what it's called?
kind of.
Yeah.
It's like it's the tallest heater I've ever seen. Usually the heaters I see are pretty little stubby kind of things. This one's like tall and lean. It's like
Mm.
they uh, they treated us this year.
All right.
Um, but
Treat you to some
uh,
McDonald's.
um, but other than that, work's been okay. The stupid nugget deal that I told you about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that I took advantage of. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
advertised.
gotta be. They should pay me more for those
Yeah,
advertisements.
yeah.
Uh, the McRib is back. So,
Oh, again?
yep,
I feel like I hear
it's
this once a year.
yeah, it's a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
Uh, Comes back every year around the late fall, uh, and it's boy, opening those trays up back there. The barbecue sauce that's in those trays
Mm.
really clears your sinuses out.
Oh, really?
Uh, I'm lucky I have glasses on because people I work with say that it burns their eyes and makes them tear up a
Oh
little
my
bit too.
God. Is it just like really strong barbecue? I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
It honestly, yeah, I don't know what it just tastes like regular barbecue sauce. I don't
Right.
know what, it's just maybe it's just the heat and the steam that's just making it a bioweapon.
Yeah.
But
You start
you
hearing like
know,
it like when you're playing Fallout, like the little noises.
yeah,
Yeah.
a little Geiger counter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, but that's fine. Get it's a quick turnaround for Thanksgiving break into winter break. So next week, people will be leaving again, and
Hmm.
it's winter break
Yeah,
again. And
that's a really quick turnaround.
yeah,
Just a week. Yeah.
I know. So I'm kind of glad I'm not doing school right now because
Yeah.
boy, that was
Yeah.
other than work, the other day I played Catan with my roommates.
Nice.
The board game. I played Catan one time, and it was like maybe 10 years ago.
Damn.
So it was like, I was excited to play it again. It was good, but one of my roommates, the one who bought it, obviously had played it more and more recently. So they took advantage of that
Yeah.
a little bit, but it's fine. Still fun. I my before I left, my sister was like, "Can I read you this like creepypasta story thing?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Sure." Well, at first she was like gonna play a video of it, like people reading it, but it was like 5 hours long, and I was like,
My
and she was like,
God.
"How long are you reading for?" And I was like an hour or so more, and she's like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, I can read it to you faster. It'll only take me like 20 minutes, but
I'll put myself on 2 times speed. Yeah.
but it's like a 4-part story, and every part is like a good chunk. So it took her like 20 minutes to read the first part.
Oh man.
So, but I was like, you know what? It's interesting. I'll stay a little longer.
Yeah.
But the video she wanted to show me of it was Wendigoon and Meat Canyon do a podcast together called Creepcast.
Yeah. I just heard about
Where
that from my friend Dane because he was showing me his podcasts on his Wrapped. Yeah.
yeah, they go through and read Reddit stories or Twitter ARGs, whatever those are, and just like creepy stories. The story that my sister read to me was Pen Pals, and um, so I was interested when she was reading it, so I was like, I'll listen to the rest of it on the way home, or at least more of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really good. I'm a little hooked on Creepcast right now. I listen to that one, and then I listened to one called Baraska. And those stories end in a pretty fucked up ways, and like I was not prepared for it.
Yeah.
It was just weird, weird assault like things, and I was like, oh,
Oh.
that's yeah. But I like their energy is interesting together because Wendigoon, it doesn't seem like he likes to swear very much. Like if
Right.
there's an F, if it says fuck in the story, like he'll like skip over, like he'll say WTF or some like, and then fucking Meat Canyon, he just like he'll say anything. So
Yeah.
but they have a fun dynamic, and been watching that, listening to that this week. Also been playing games. The new Fortnite season started on Sunday,
Oh yeah.
and it's very cool. We got some cool new movement mechanics. Gonna be very cool for parkour maps, I think.
Oh cool.
But it's a cool like Japanese style season.
Oh cool.
There's like katanas. You can like a katana you can get. There's like Oni masks. There's one that like shoots fire, or one that like teleports you like an Ender Pearl in Minecraft. It's very fun. I like the map. I like the aspect, like just the area and like the art of this season. But boy, it feels like everyone's very very sweaty
Oh.
because I don't know what's going on, but
It's the
I feel
holiday
like I can't.
season.
I guess so. Everyone's home and having nothing to do.
Yeah.
So it's been very sweaty. I think I've won one match, and I only won it because Max won it for us. So, good on her. She did a great job. She also won a match with her friend, one of our coworkers, I think last night or the night before. It's like, damn, I can't do shit. But yeah, it's a cool season. I'm enjoying it. Baymax from Big Hero 6 is in the battle pass.
Oh wow. My favorite anime character. Well, actually, wait. Is that actually anime? Does that come from there?
No, it's Big Hero 6 is just like it's a Disney animated.
Oh,
I don't
I
know.
wasn't. I wasn't sure if it was like based on something potentially. I don't know.
I think it's based on a comic, but
Yeah.
not a manga or anything.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, he's in there. It's very cool. The skins are very cool in the battle pass. Godzilla is gonna be like the special skin later on in the season.
Oh wow.
Um,
I'm surprised I haven't
he,
heard my neighbors talk about this at all because they love Japanese culture and one of them really loves Godzilla. So like, yeah. Anyways,
but
yeah.
um, but yeah, Godzilla. There's also Jordans in the game now that you can put on
Mm,
some of your skin.
I was seeing
People,
stuff about that. Yeah.
you can put Jordans on Godzilla, and it looks very funny. But yeah, it's cool. Very cool season so far. Um, Marvel Rivals also came out this week. I've been waiting for that. It's the Marvel Overwatch kind of game, and it's I played a lot of it last night when it dropped with by myself and also with a couple of my siblings, and it is very fun. There's
Mm.
um, off the bat there were 33 different characters to pick from. So before playing, I went through and I tested all of them to see, what kind of move sets and stuff. See who I would vibe with the most. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of options. It's very cool. I've been when I play those games, I'm kind of thrown into playing healer a lot of time because nobody wants to be the healer.
Mm.
Um, but Adam Warlock, who was in Guardians 3,
Oh yes. Yeah.
he yeah, he's a healer in that game, and I was doing pretty good with him. Got MVP a couple times. But yeah, it's very fun. I recommend playing that if you or anybody else likes Overwatch style 6v6 kind of
Yeah.
games.
I haven't tried one like properly.
Mm.
It's kind of one of those that like I feel like I wouldn't really be into because I'm just not like super into like those like hero type games where like
Ah,
each character has a whole different move set. Like it's just I don't know, for some reason that just doesn't attract me to a game for but like I haven't given it a fair shot. So like it's possible I may like it, you know.
yeah, I don't know. I was really big into Overwatch, and it's like golden days when it first came out.
Yeah.
And I've played it a few times since then, but it kind of lost its spark for me, and
Yeah.
especially with how they like got rid of the first Overwatch and made Overwatch 2
Yeah.
and everything. It was very weird. Um, but yeah, my Rivals is very fun. Gonna be playing that for a good while, I think. But I also started my year end listens.
Nice.
Um, we listened to a couple things. Both of those albums I hadn't really listened to throughout the year, unfortunately, but they were still pretty highly rated from what I had on Album of the Year. So I went back and listened to a couple of those, and they both grew on me even more. So
Hey, that's awesome.
yeah, and I'm excited to listen to the rest. So I think it's pretty solid where it is right now, but
Mm-hmm.
just want to make sure um, before locking anything in.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I'm nearly done with
uh,
mine too.
yeah.
That's I do
Uh,
enjoy that whole thing though of like when something grows on you or shrinks on you. It's you feel like a mastermind by the end of the year. Just like this goes here, this goes here. Yeah,
the puzzle is all connecting. Um,
yeah, yeah.
but, but yeah, just also buying some Christmas gifts.
Oh yeah,
I got my Secret Santa stuff bought today.
nice.
Um, bought Max a couple things so far, but I ordered her something from like Walmart to like deliver here,
Mm.
and I was looking at the order and it said this item will be delivered to your door, and I was like, that's not good.
Yeah.
I live in an apartment complex. So I got in contact with like the help. I said like the get help link,
Mm-hmm.
and at first it was like a AI bot that was like,
Awesome.
what can we do for you? Um, but then a couple questions after that, I got transferred to an actual person to text,
That's good.
and they were like, well, once that delivers, or once that goes out for delivery, I can get you the contact info of the driver. Um, but I was like, I have work,
Yeah.
so I'm not really gonna be able to be on my phone. But then I got a text that like it was on its way and it would be delivered at 4:01 at 3:55 p.m. and and so my one manager was like a little while before that was like, oh, you're probably gonna go on break soon. And I was like, it's a little early. Can I wait till at least 4 so I'm halfway through my shift?
Mm.
Um, and then I got that text and I was like, actually, can I go right now, right this second, right now? And, and luckily I'm right across the street from my apartment. So
Right.
I got the text that it was on its way. I got the text that it was close, and I got the text that it was delivered. And there was a picture attached, and it was just at the door down there to get
Awesome.
into the building.
Yeah.
I had to like fast walk, jog a little bit to get there. And
Mm-hmm.
luckily, one of the maintenance people that works here picked it up and was like looking at it. And I was like, I think that's fine. And he was like, and he said my name, and I was like, yep. He was like, all right, just make sure that you know you get your stuff. And I was like, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But I was like, God, I'm just gonna order stuff from Amazon now. I
Yeah.
think.
For the Amazon, do they like just deliver in bulk like into the building? Like are they
They
given
for them,
permission or something?
we have a mail room, so that
Oh,
they
okay.
bring it to the front office, and then whoever works in the front office puts in the mail room for you to pick up, and you
Yeah.
get a
Oh, okay.
notification. Um, so that makes it a lot easier. But
Yeah.
I think I've had another. I think Max delivered something here from Walmart as well, and then I think it was delivered the same way that my the thing I bought for her was delivered.
Mm.
So and I think it just got stolen and
Oh.
never
Well, yeah.
did anything.
Yeah, that's definitely I mean, everyone goes through that door. It's just
Yeah,
it's just right there, you know?
yeah, it's perfect. It's ripe for the taking.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I was just lucky to be.
Finders keepers. Sorry.
I was lucky to be right there when it happened.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Not
But
everyone works across the street from.
no.
Yeah.
um, but it's I ordered something from Walmart for Valentine's Day for Max, I think, as well. But that was actually delivered in a box to the mailroom, so I don't know what the difference was
Yeah.
there. I don't know, but whatever. Getting ready for Christmas.
Hmm.
Very excited to come up again in a couple weeks, but yeah, for right now, that's pretty much my week. Um,
Cool.
yeah. Some music news. Spotify Wrapped came out. We'll talk about that in a sec.
Sure did.
Um, and then Kendrick Lamar announced a tour of
Hmm.
his tour throughout the country. I think he's going to Canada too. But
Yeah.
he's
Well, that was part of the thing, right? Isn't he like headlining like the biggest thing in Toronto, which is like Drake City?
yes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's headlining a stadium that Drake has never headlined
Yes. Yeah.
in Canada, which is very funny.
Yeah.
But he's going on tour with SZA next summer. And I was thinking, John was like, "We going?" I was like, "I can't afford that," and he said, I can, if they're not crazy, I can, buy them, and then you can pay me back." And I was like, "Okay, okay." Um, but then, like, as the pre-sale happened, people were like going, the prices, what the fuck?"
Oh man.
um, uh, and I was like, I told John that like anything 200 and below, I'll pay you back for, and it would be good. And he texted me and he's like, I think nosebleeds are gonna be $200.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know about that because it's at Soldier Field in Chicago, and that's the same place MCR was playing.
Yeah.
And if those were anything to go by, then the nosebleeds were like 60, 70.
Yeah.
Um, but I never got through the queue because when I like joined the queue to see if I could like see what the prices were looking like, there were like 22,000 people in there. I
Right.
was like,
Yeah.
maybe not. But I was like, if nosebleeds are that expensive, I think I'm good this tour. Maybe next time. Um, But yeah, I don't think he ever made it through the queue because he was texting me this morning. He was like, um, yeah, I don't know. So
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. Maybe next time. But
Yeah. I I mean, he's in a position where he definitely can charge a lot and get a
oh yeah,
lot. um,
yeah,
so I would honestly, I don't think John. He might not be incorrect about those nosebleeds being 200 because I think that's kind of what they were at like those Taylor Swift concerts and stuff. So like, yeah.
yeah,
And Kendrick is kind of that level right at this moment. So
yeah. But but he was texting me and said, Kendrick is 5'5". I don't, I don't want to
I want to be able to
being up
see
the
him.
nosebleed, being up in the nosebleeds. I have to look at the screen the whole time. He's like, I don't want to be either.
Bring a
And I said,
telescope. Yeah.
yeah, I said that he should be on like a fucking in like a crane in like a harness
Yeah.
flying around the stadium for us. But uh, you know, yeah, maybe next time though. But it's cool though. I'm glad he's going on tour with SZA. It's cool.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll be able to hear not. I'll probably be able to hear Not Like Us from down here when it starts. But
True. Yeah.
uh, but yeah. You have any other music news? That's all I have. Really.
Yeah, the only other thing I have is Maruha, which is a band that I've talked about the last couple years
Mm-hmm.
now. Um, they officially signed a record deal.
Oh.
And they in their little announcement post on Instagram they said record cometh is what they put at the end of it. So I said because they did an EP last year and then an EP this year, and I've been very highly advocating like I want to hear these guys in an album format, and that's just exciting to hear. So yeah, that's the only thing I have, but like I'm super into them, so yeah,
I've yet to really look into their EPs, but the songs that
yeah.
you've had from them I've liked. So
Yeah,
um,
I think Thunder was my song of the year last year. I'm pretty sure I had that at number one.
wait,
The Maruha song was good too. The Imagine Dragons one though is just great. Yeah, um, but yeah,
top song,
top song of
bro.
2023. Yeah. Um, but yeah. Anyways, I'm excited for whenever that happens, and it sounds like it is happening. So yeah.
Good. What do you know what label they signed with?
I don't. Let me check and see if they said that in their post. Maruha. Um, pending. Said this here. Music for Nations.
All
Yeah.
right, never heard.
Oh, Music for Nations and the wider team of Sony Music as a whole. So I guess it's
Ah,
some branch. It's some branch off of Sony Music, I guess. Um,
probably so.
they're a smaller group though, so it makes sense that they're on like a label that's never heard of before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
cool.
yeah,
Good to hear that.
yeah,
I'm assuming next year at some point.
yeah. I hope
Um,
so too.
that's cool. In news, an assassination happened this week.
Yeah.
The CEO of the World Health Organization. No, not. It wasn't WHO, was it? It was a
United Health.
United Health. That's what it
Yeah,
was. United Health conglomerate organization. Something. The CEO of that
yeah,
company, that mega company, got just shot down in the street by some dude. Um, yeah. I don't have much to say about it. I didn't super look into it. I just saw that it happened. I know that but it looks like through that. Um, I saw a tweet that said that whoever what that company's has stopped like capping anesthesia for people in surgery. So
yeah,
I guess that's a problem. But solving our medical our healthcare problems with gun violence, very American.
yeah.
Um,
That is very American. Yeah.
but that happened.
All I know about that situation, I mean, I saw like the video, and then there was like a screenshot of like he was at like a store or something before doing it, and he was like flirting with a worker or something, and like took his mask off for a sec, and now everyone online's like, oh my god, he's hot. um so
Yeah.
don't know how I
Yeah.
feel about that whole situation, to be honest. A lot of people are
Yeah.
very much making light of it, like, oh my god, he's a hero. And so, like, I mean, I guess I don't entirely know what UHC has done, but like at the same time, like, I don't think assassinations are the correct
No,
way to go about things.
obviously, don't condone violence,
Yeah,
but
but like what I've seen like on Reddit and I guess a bit on Instagram too, it's like almost glorifying this, and I'm
yeah,
like, I don't know how I feel about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, it's like I said, I also don't know much about it.
Yeah.
I know that the healthcare system is very broken and way too expensive, but and that organization might have something to do with prices and things
Right.
being way too high. So in a way, I see why people are praising him for what he did. I also don't know if that picture is. I think it's a person of interest. I don't know if it's the person.
Oh, it could
Um,
be. Yeah.
so uh, but yeah, that's a big thing with like people who kill people. There's always going to be people online. It's like, oh, why are they kind of
Usually,
why
yeah, usually
uh,
it's like a small subsect though. Like I've been seeing this a lot though.
is it really? I haven't
Yeah,
seen.
yeah. I don't know.
That's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so great.
That happened,
Yeah.
and then earlier this week as well, South Korea went under martial law for a little
Oh
while.
yeah, yeah.
Their prime minister, the president, or whatever head of government that they have in South Korea, um, tried to stage a coup
Hmm.
by not letting people like in their Congress type thing vote, and then you know put the country under martial law. But you know it didn't go well for the president, and people made it into the Congress to put their votes in and everything, and they all voted to take down the martial law from being in state.
Hmm.
Uh, I assume that he's not going to be reelected.
Probably not, but if America's anything to be based off of.
That's true, but I
Yeah.
don't think there are many countries as stupid as ours.
Oh, you would be
So,
surprised.
oh,
Especially in high government.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know. There's plenty of idiots running countries and everything, but
Yeah.
yeah, that happened. That's
I
so.
also learned
But
how to spell martial law this week. I for some reason my whole life I thought it was based off someone's name, Marshall, but no, it's just um, how war
like,
marshal is spelled. Yeah, which makes a lot more sense. But like I don't know, there's like Murphy's law and stuff. I don't know.
true, true.
Yeah,
Those are based on people that went through things and
right.
died.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It's similar concept though in terms of the naming.
yeah, no, yeah, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. But
Yeah.
seeing that was very funny.
Yeah, because we said
And
like the same exact text, but you spelled Marshall Verloc like not embarrassingly. Yeah, it's okay.
Mark,
We
Mark
live and learn.
Mathers. Well,
Masho, yeah. Um,
oh, Eminem's mom died. Speaking of Marshall
oh,
Mathers,
dang, that's sad.
yeah.
Mom
I know he
spaghetti.
had a bad relationship with her, so
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it said she died at 69.
Oh,
So
damn.
nice,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
that's very
Um,
young though. Yeah,
yeah,
that's sad.
uh, it's weird. I mean, she must have had M pretty young because he's like in his 50s. So,
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, that happened as well. Saying Marshall Mathers brought that back to memory. So,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, that's about all the news I have.
Yeah. I don't got anything over here. Sorry.
Yeah, you're all good.
What I do
Well,
have is a Spotify rap that I can talk about along with you if you would like.
well, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, you'll have to tell me when the podcast section comes up because I guess spoiler alert. I did not listen to enough podcasts for it to even show up in my Wrapped. So
Yeah.
yeah, Dane was showing me like his top podcast thing. I was like, is that just in the normal Wrapped? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, all right. Like I probably listened to like an episode of Chuckle Sandwich like once this year, and then that's all the podcasts I consumed on Spotify. So
No, I didn't listen to as much podcasts this year either. So
yeah. I,
I
I
don't.
I've listened to a bunch on YouTube. I don't know. I haven't been driving as many places, so I just don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I've also consumed a lot of podcasts just on YouTube this year
yeah,
as well. But yeah,
yeah,
the past couple of years we've gone through our raps, and then when our top artist pops up, we guess that. I think we also guessed our top songs, but
yeah,
those are a little harder,
yeah.
um, or they can be at least. Um, but yeah, rap. What did rap start off with this year?
For me, it
Um,
started off with the how much music you listen to, the amount of time.
yeah, I have screenshots of that.
Yep.
Where did I
I'm
take
hope
that
I'm
screen?
hoping it's in the same order as.
Yeah, yeah, I got it.
Oh, you
All
got
right.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want me to send it into the chat, or are we just gonna talk about it?
I think we could just talk about it. It's just a little easier. Just kind of say
Yeah.
what the stats on this. There's not really. I was telling Colin before this. There's not really much like visual this year. It's just kind of. I
Yeah.
think we could just speak on it. Maybe we can send like the final like title card or
Yeah.
something like when we're done. But
The reason though it's not very visual this year is because it's AI generated. So,
oh, I didn't know about that.
yep, Spotify fired a lot of its staff, and
What?
so this year it is very, very boring and not as fun as previous years because, boy, is it just generated. So
Yeah, I figured one part of it like words were generated, which we'll get to, but like even the visuals and stuff are AI. Is that what people are saying?
yeah, yeah,
Awesome. Great. I love Spotify. Such a great company.
it's great.
Anyways,
Uh,
the amount I used Spotify for this year. I listened to music for 26,682 minutes this year.
hmm. Is that low for you?
It was actually like 500 minutes higher than last year. So
Oh,
about the same.
okay. Mine was 20,401 minutes,
Nice.
which I've been on a steady decline over for as years have gone by. So this is pretty accurate. I think
Pretty apt. Yeah.
pretty pretty accurate
Hmm.
this year. I'm a working boy, so I don't have all the time in the world to
Right.
listen to music anymore. Um, but the biggest day for my listening was March 20th. I listened to 274 minutes of music, and podcast maybe.
Interesting, because my biggest listening day was March 20th with
Oh,
374 minutes. I was actually just about to check. We must have had an artist analysis going on at that time.
that
Um,
must maybe it
uh,
was Weezer.
oh, it totally must have been. Or maybe Radiohead. Wait, March 20th. That's April 29th. April. Uh, so is it Travis Scott then?
No
Yeah,
way.
yeah, that was during Travis Scott. For some reason,
Huh.
both of us listen to Travis Scott a lot.
That's so weird. I would have thought that was one of the bigger ones, but
Yeah,
you know,
I guess we both just like really got into his discography on that day.
I guess so.
What day of the week
Yeah,
was
how much?
that? Hold on, I need to check that now too. What day of the week was March 20th? March 20th was a Wednesday, so we were
Yeah.
probably both behind. I think we
Oh.
and they were kind of longer albums. Yeah, that's totally what happened.
Oh, March 20th was also Hive Mind.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. So how the hell did we both get that? Because we only listened to. Oh,
I don't.
you know what? Did you drive to me and then I drove to Chicago for that?
Uh, yeah. No,
So, oh,
I think I drove to Chicago.
really? I don't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I did 21 Pilots. Yeah. Um, yeah. So I don't know how both of us would have biggest listening days on March 20th with that. Okay, interesting.
That's weird.
Yeah, and mine was
How many units did you have?
374, and you said 274, right?
Yeah.
That is
That's
weird.
fucking weird.
What the
What the
hell?
hell?
Anyways, I was in the top 14% of listeners worldwide.
I, I assume mine's a little higher than that, but I didn't screenshot that portion of it. So
That is so weird.
that is very strange. I have no idea what the correlation or anything like that is
Yeah,
because there's no way you listen top 18% for me, but
yeah.
um, there's no way.
Well, see,
Like,
because what I was originally thinking was like if you drove up from where you were to my house, that would give you a
yeah,
bunch of time there, and then if me driving to Hive Mind would be a bunch of time there. So like it would make sense if both of us had a lot of time, and then plus maybe listening to a Travis Scott album that day or something.
right.
Um, that is, yeah, I don't know how that checks out, and especially because if you drove that whole thing, how do I have more minutes of it? Whatever. Um,
Maybe you listened to music the whole time before I got there or something. Maybe you were like
I
catching
don't
up on
know.
Travis
Maybe
before I got there, but like that's
374
weird.
minutes is long too. Hold on, I gotta do the math on
Yeah.
that. 374 divided by 60. Yeah, that's 6 hours of music.
What the fuck? I
What
don't
what
know.
was I doing?
I think that a lot of this Wrapped is also a little inaccurate.
Yeah, it
From
usually is. Yeah.
it is, but like not to the extent that I've noticed this year.
Yeah.
Um, but so that might be something weird, but I don't know. Maybe we're just connected in some way.
I guess so. We got some sort of bond or something.
Broken Boys Bond.
Broken Boys bond. All right. Well, the next thing for me is the top song. Is that after podcast or is that before? Because I think podcast is
That
fairly
is
young.
that's before
Okay.
podcast. But did you also get the screenshot of how many songs you listened to, or just the top song?
I missed that one. Oopsie. I guess I got to find that. You tell me though. How many songs did you listen to?
It's the same. It's the same little tab as the top song. It's just right before that. But
Yeah,
I had
I just don't have a screenshot.
1,851 songs.
Sorry, say that one more time because I slightly interrupted you.
You're at 1,851.
Wow. Okay. I have 3,352.
Damn,
Listen to a lot of songs.
that is crazy.
Yeah. But one reigns supreme, or whatever it says
Oh, yeah.
afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
All
Do you
right.
want to guess this one for each other, or do you want? Do you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can guess what you think mine is.
Hmm. Well, from what I've seen online, it feels like a lot of people that listened to a certain band this year that put out an album had this as their top song.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm gonna say overcompensate.
Okay. And for you, and I swear to God, I'm not copying you. I was thinking about it just as you were speaking. Well, I was thinking about it before you were even speaking too. I think yours is also overcompensate.
Um, I think you're correct.
I'm correct.
Yeah.
Let's go. You are incorrect. Um,
Oh,
my top song, Next Semester.
oh. I mean, hey.
Yeah, and that doesn't even count the amount of times I played that in Fortnite.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was in the top 0.05% of listeners to overcompensate.
Oh, really?
So
I was top 0.1% of Next Semester. I listened to it 34 times.
I listened to overcompensate 80 times.
That makes sense because
Uh,
it's the lead single. That's why I thought like that would make
yeah,
sense for you. Um, I mean, it would make sense for me too. I just like Next Semester a lot.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But okay. I would guess that within your top songs of the year, because now it's the top five, is what we're looking at. Um,
Mhm.
I would guess all three singles are on your Spotify Wrapped. So Next Semester, Overcompensate, and back. Well, sorry, Overcompensate probably on top. Um, then Next Semester, then Backslide, maybe order release. As for the other two,
Yeah.
as for the other two, I don't entirely know. feel like we obviously were connected with music this year, but we were like slightly less, like we were a little bit more on our own paths musically this year, I feel like.
Yeah,
So like I'm not
yeah,
entirely sure what your other two might be, but
yeah. For you, I don't know. With you saying that, I want to say that you have a lot of 21 Pilots in your top five, but I also don't know. I don't think it's in I don't think it's in album order because you don't like Backslide as much.
hmm.
Um, but I would hazard the guess that Overcompensate is in there somewhere. Um, maybe The Craving.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm not too sure. You are correct in guessing the first three songs are my 1, 2, and 3.
Were they in
Um,
order too, release order?
yeah,
Let's
yes, they
go.
are. um, but my number 4 is Navigating. My
Oh,
number
okay.
5 is Routines in the Night.
Okay.
Uh,
Do,
so
do you like 21 Pilots?
I do, and I'm not surprised that my top
Yeah.
5 is all 21 Pilots, but I, I I I was thinking that I feel like I listened to more than that a lot this year.
Yeah.
I listened to Clancy a lot this year, but I feel like there are plenty of songs that I listened to a little more.
I think
So
I think 2021, is that when, yeah,
yeah,
that's when Skilled and Icy came out. I think that year, I think all my top 5 songs were from Skilled and Icy, which
yeah,
shocked me. um but yeah, so you were saying that you think the 3 singles are in mine, or you aren't sure about Backslide?
I'm not sure about Backslide,
Okay.
but I would hazard a guess that maybe Overcompensate is in there and maybe The Craving, but I'm not too sure about either of those.
Gotcha. All right, my top songs of the year, next semester. I went over that. Number 2,
Yeah.
Overcompensate.
Huh?
Uh, Number 3, Backslide.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I tried it a lot of times. You can't. I mean, it has grown on me a lot over time, but like, I did have to try it quite a bit before being like, okay, I can get down with the chorus of this song. Um, Number 4, Death and Romance, Magdalena Bay.
uh,
I did listen to that a shit ton as well, and that was also the lead single. And then number 5 is also another lead single, which is "Holy Holy" by Jordy Griep.
uh,
So, yep,
you listen. I don't know how you listen to that one that much.
"Holy Holy."
It's a long, yeah, it's a long and weird song.
It's like 6 minutes long. It's actually, it's not too weird once you listen to it like a couple times, I feel like, but
From the one time that I heard it, it was weird.
I guess I'm relatively speaking to Black Midi and Jordy Creep in general. It's not as weird. But yeah, it is a longer song, but it's also very good. I do love that track a lot.
Mm.
So cool.
Lots of lead singles in there, but our
Yeah.
top 3 songs being the same songs, just in a different order, is funny.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Oh yeah. But
um,
next is podcasts.
okay.
Uh,
So yeah, go ahead and take away this because I got nothing.
I listened to 3,183 minutes of podcasts this year.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I listen to a lot of Ear Biscuits, and that is my number 1 podcast of the year.
Shout out.
Shout out Rhett and Link.
Mm,
My top podcast topic was comedy. I was in the top 12% of listeners for comedy.
nice.
But I only have 3 top podcasts this year, and they are Ear Biscuits. I have Do Go On, which is a Australian podcast where they talk about historical moments, or like big figures in history, but they're all comedians and it's funny.
Hmm.
And then number 3, close to home, Broken Boys.
Hey, let's go.
So, but yeah,
Broken Boys was also on Dane's Wrapped. We were at number 5.
hey, dang. Um, but next up, we got the most AI generated thing.
Yeah, this is the
Uh,
part that I suspected probably was. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of weird, and I'm not really a big fan of this section, but especially since it's like pretty inaccurate, I would think.
It's just kind of
Uh,
throwing words together.
yeah,
Well,
but like,
the best way to describe it, sorry, but the best way to describe it is those auto-generated playlists on Spotify that have been getting a lot of buzz about recently, where you can just literally find a playlist that's like Goblin Core 2004 or some shit like that, and it's
Yeah.
like, what does that even mean? That's what this whole section is. It's those mishmash of words.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's inaccurate in like the music with like the bands within them.
I feel like it
Uh,
is too. Yeah.
but it's mine started off in March, and my my vibe for that month was serotonin ukulele modern rock.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the artists that I listened to, I guess, that created that were 21 Pilots, Weezer, and Cage the Elephant.
Okay.
Um, 21 Pilots because of, I assume, Overcompensate, and next semester Weezer for Artist Analysis, and I don't know where Cage the Elephant came from.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe a single, but
Is that when their album came out?
no, their album came out May 17th.
Oh,
So
I don't know. Yeah.
yeah, I have no idea about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, mine also starts in March, and man, if this isn't the most screen cap worthy slide of this whole thing for me, my
Oh,
March, my genre was chill football rap. Um,
uh,
and
what?
listening to artists like Travis Scott, Kanye West, and Tyler the Creator. So
Ooh.
I think that slide is very representative of me as a person. Love my chill football rap. Love my Travis Scott and Kanye. You know, I'm
What?
so happy it puts Tyler the Creator as the last one too. So it makes it seem like I'm
Yeah.
the least into him. Um,
Why is football in there?
I don't know. I have no idea. When I saw that, I was like, "What the hell?" Um, I don't even. I mean, the Kanye is only there because I listened to Vultures. I mean, I'm guessing that was Vultures 1 at that time. I just listened to it once. I don't know why he got put into that. Like, I definitely only listened to that album one time because I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
That's so fucking weird.
Yeah, yeah, whatever. Um, I guess we could trade off.
Yeah.
I'll go to my April here. All my
Yeah.
months are in a row. I don't know if yours are like that too. I was seeing some people who had like October, November, and stuff in there, but yeah, mine just goes to April now. Which my April was theatrical permanent wave art rock.
No.
Yeah,
Uh,
once again,
my,
mishmash of words.
yeah.
Yeah,
My what were the bands within mine?
the bands were Radiohead, Radiohead 2, aka The Smile, and Jordy Grief. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
okay, yeah,
Uh, mine did not go month by month. It went from March to September.
okay,
Um, and my September vibe was pumpkin spice rock-ish indie.
wow,
Um,
rock-ish,
I, yeah, I don't know what to say about that, but the bands within this are the most inaccurate because it says Boy Genius, TV Girl, and Lucy Dacus.
mm,
Um, and I assume Lucy Dacus's Arts Analysis was around that time
yeah,
for that. But I have not listened to a lot of Boy Genius this year,
yeah,
and I have not listened to a lot of TV Girl this year either.
especially by
So
September because you chose that as your song of the week like early in the year, I think.
yeah, yeah.
If that was
So
even
I
this
don't
year,
know.
it might have been last year. I don't
It could have been honestly. Uh, but yeah, I have not listened to two of those bands recently at all. So I have no idea where it got that from. But Lucy Dacus makes sense. I guess maybe because Lucy Dacus is on there, they said, "Oh, boy, Jesus."
Yeah,
But
could be.
but yeah, I don't know. That one's the most inaccurate. But
Yeah, all of mine got impacted by artist analysis because Travis Scott on the last one, then Radiohead on this one. So
yeah, all of
yeah,
mine did too.
yeah. Well, what's your next one? What's your next month?
All right, my next month and last month was October,
Okay.
and my vibe was academic permanent wave rock.
Mm,
Um,
academic.
Academic. Don't know why. But my bands for that were Linkin Park, Foo Fighters, and Evanescence. Linkin Park podcast. Foo
Mm-hmm.
Fighters. No, I've no fucking idea. I think maybe I listened to maybe I listened to Everlong one time. I don't know. And Evanescence, I also have no idea because I listened to Evanescence in like fucking May.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. But
Awesome.
whatever.
Yeah, and my last one, jumping back in the year to May. My last one was Indie Sleaze Ukulele Modern Rock. So I think whenever 21 Pilots are involved, they just throw the word ukulele in there.
Yeah.
Um, which I mean, kind of fair sometimes. But
Yeah.
yeah, the artists for that were 21 Pilots, Weezer, which is the podcast, and Nothing But Thieves. I guess that must have been when that deluxe version came out, and I listened to those songs a few times. Um, yeah, yeah, I
Yeah. I was
definitely was not a big fan of that part of the rap. It's just
no.
yeah,
Like last year we had like that cool like Planet one, I think that was last year or the year before. And then also like the kind of listener you are based on what you listen into.
right. And those were kind of
Like a
weird, but
couple,
like felt a
yeah.
little more real.
Yeah, they felt like cool and like more just like about the listener, and rather than just like here's some generated words based on the bands that you
Yeah,
listen to, and you might not have even listened to these bands when we say you did. So
yeah.
um and I have no idea. Yeah, but it's just kind of yeah mid.
Actually, yeah, I remember last year I liked the actual content. It was just kind of the art style they did last year was really gross.
Oh
It was like an eyesore, but yeah, I guess that they just went all AI for that, so whatever.
yeah.
Well, the next thing was saying how many artists we listen to. I think. Um,
Yeah,
what was your number?
my number was 372.
Okay. And then mine was 747.
Damn.
Shout out the airplane. 747. um and speaking of
Yeah,
airplanes, I think we can guess each other's top artist here.
maybe.
Maybe. I'll do a count of three. 1, 2, 3. 21 Pilots.
21 pilots.
Yeah.
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 But the real thing here though is we got to fight for our egos. How many minutes did you listen to 21 Pilots?
I listened to the 21 Pilots just shy of 4,000 at 3,926.
Woo. Yeah, it was 1,285. I had a feeling
I
you
was
would
in the
win that
top
battle.
0.5.
Yeah, I was top 1%.
Yeah, suck my dick, Mike.
Yeah, yeah.
You might have gotten me into the band, but
Did I?
they're mine. Yeah, you did.
Really? Damn. Okay. I forgot that was one that I got you into.
You told me about. I think you either told me about Vestal or Blurry Face, or
It was
you
probably
know,
Blurry Face at that time. Yeah.
yeah. And then from there it was just a boulder down a mountain,
Yeah.
avalanche style.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was expected.
Yeah. The rest of the artists might be a little bit more interesting of a combo.
Yeah,
Especially for me, because you gave me nothing to guess off of with your top songs.
yes, that's true. I
um,
will say two of them. Artist analysis has finally impacted my top artists.
mm,
Two of them are artist analysis. So,
yeah.
uh, but you, I'm gonna guess 21 Pilots,
Okay.
easy. Magdalena Bay,
Okay.
uh, maybe The Smile.
All right.
Um, hmm, hmm. What came out this year? I'm also gonna say maybe Weezer impacted,
Okay.
and um, I'm gonna say maybe Radiohead made it on there again.
All right. You got 4 out of 5 of them.
Ooh.
Great job. Yeah. Number one artist, 21 Pilots, of course. Number two, Radiohead. I mean, they're usually on mine in general, but we also did the
Right.
artist analysis, and I listened to all of their B sides for that
Right.
episode too. So like,
Yeah.
that was a lot. um, Number three, the only one you missed, Quadeca.
Oh.
I did love Scrapyard a lot this year, and that one's a lot easier to put on in like the background than like I didn't mean to haunt you. So like, definitely was vibing with that one a lot. Number four, Magdalena Bay. Um, they had a great run this year. And then number 5, Weezer.
Well,
I just love Weezer. I don't know what to tell you.
Newfound love for Rivers Cuomo.
Yeah, I actually continued to listen to them throughout the entire year after that
I'm
artist
sure you did,
analysis. Yeah. I didn't get out Weezered, or Weezered out, I should say. That's a lot better. But yeah, like I said, 21 Pilots, Radiohead, and Weezer all on my Spotify Wrapped, I think make me very fuckable. So it's okay. So you said 2 of them got impacted by artist analysis.
Yeah.
So that means I feel like we only did 2 long ones this year, which were Weezer and Radiohead. So I'm gonna say those 2, along with 21 Pilots on top. We know that one.
Yeah.
So once again, it's down to the bottom 2. Well, I don't know if they'll be the bottom 2, but the other 2. I'm trying to think of what records you talked about a lot this year. Did that Foo Fighters record come out this year?
That was last.
That was last year. Okay, so maybe not them. Um, huh. I Once again, I just feel like I don't know what you were listening to as much. Maybe the Magdalena Bay. I don't know about that, but I guess I'll say maybe. And then last one. I have no idea, man. I gotta be honest with you. I'll just say Cage the Elephant. I know that's wrong, but I'll just yeah.
You got 4 out of 5.
Oh, I got 4 also. Let's go.
Yeah. So number 1, 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
Number 2, Billie Eilish.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Listen to a lot of Hit Me Hard and Soft, and also Max likes Billie Eilish a lot, so we listen to Billie Eilish a lot.
Yeah.
Number 3, Weezer.
Nice.
Artist analysis, but
your Weezer's higher than mine.
I like Weezer more than you. I don't have to worry about being fuckable, Mike.
It's so true.
Number 4, Magdalena Bay.
Oh, let's go.
They made it on there. Listened to a lot of Imaginal Disc.
Yeah.
And then number 5 was Radiohead.
All right. So, I totally could have done that if I like had a little bit more preparation for the episode. If I were to like look at just what was released this year, I totally would have been able to guess Billy, but
yeah,
all good. Alrighty, and then I got a little message from 21 Pilots, which I'm guessing you did too.
Yeah, me too. Good to see those boys. Glad they did that specially curated for us too.
Absolutely. Yeah, just for the BrokeN boys. They were giving thanks for us, making their concert work with our little screen time on the Judge. The concert wouldn't have gone through without our beautiful performances there. So, shout out Tyler and Josh. Yes, exactly. I guess I'll send my overall picture here into the chat and then stream that. That's yours. So yep, there's mine. I didn't lie about anything. You got all the stuff there. Take a gander, and then here's Colin's. Looks very similar, but it's okay though. I chose the blue background in honor of Weezer.
Perfect.
I guess you went black in honor of Weezer as well.
Yeah. That's my favorite color album by Weezer. So.
Absolutely. But yeah.
Just missed out Ratitude. I really wish I really wish Ratitude made it up into my top songs.
Can't Stop the Partying or whatever is your number 1 song.
I don't remember. I remember very little from what I didn't know of the Weezer discography.
I only remember that one because I think that's the one with Lil Wayne on it, and it's a party song.
Yeah.
And it was like Wheezy and Weezer or something.
Yeah, I also remember I listened to One Extra album for Weezer. So.
Yeah. That's why they're number 3 for you. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a Wrapped for this year.
Mm-hmm.
pretty AI, pretty mid
Yeah.
visual wise, but pretty much what I expected for artists, especially 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
But yeah, um,
Nothing
I
surprising
assume that
this year
our
for me either. Yeah.
yeah, I assume that our brokies and our year end lists will be a good bit different from our raps. So
Probably. Yeah.
uh, uh, get ready for those. I think maybe year end lists will be next week or the week after. So
Yeah. Yeah. We'll
um,
figure that out for sure.
yeah, just get ready for that.
Yeah.
Hope you like our raps.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
yeah,
hope they go less AI next year, but judging by
too.
Spotify and their use of AI, even when making music on their own platform, um,
Yeah.
probably won't be changed. So
Yeah.
I love that.
I've been having the uh, urge to maybe go Apple Music at some point.
Yeah.
Um, just because I feel like it's a better service. They have like more options for like sound quality, um, and their wrapped isn't AI slop.
Yeah.
But Max uses Apple Music, and her Apple wrapped was it was nicely put together, very
Yeah.
smooth, and looked like it had some care put into it.
Yeah. Those
So,
look nice. Yeah.
uh, but maybe I'll give Spotify another wrapped to really
Before calling it a
solidify.
wrap. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the title for this episode.
That's a wrap too. I think I've definitely
Uh,
used that one before.
yeah, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Wrapping,
Wrapping up.
wrapping up.
Stay wrapped. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a title that I was thinking of, but I completely forgot it.
If it comes back to
Um,
you, I could use all the inspiration.
yes, yeah, I used to be the title guy, but now I just
I I've been pretty lazy with my titles as of late, so they used to all be alliteration, and it's like there's only so many words, man. So many adjectives. um,
yeah, I'll think of something rap for
yeah,
you.
yeah. If you
I'll
think
send
of
it.
one, send it my way. Yeah.
Yeah, those are our raps. Are we far enough in to do a little song of the week
Yeah,
here?
yeah. We're at like 106, so we're all good.
All right,
You
am I
were up
first this week?
first. Yep.
All right. Well, one of the albums that I'll talk about more when we do our year-end list, but that grew on me even more after I listened to it was Plastic Death by Glass Beach.
Mm,
Listened to it at the beginning of the year. I think that was the first album that I listened to
yeah.
new of 2024, and I didn't give it much love throughout the year. But re-listening to it, I was like, damn, I really like this shit. So I'm gonna go with "Slip Under the Door" by Glass Beach.
All right.
All right, that was "Slip Under the Door" by Glass Beach. What do you think, Mike?
I think that's a great song. I don't want to spoil too much of my thoughts because that album also appears on my list. I'll just say that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of moments of that song that feel like the first album of Black Midi. I don't think you've listened to that one, Schlagenheim, right?
I don't
Um,
know.
yeah, a lot of like the riffs, especially like the boom dun dun, like that whole part, like that feels very Schlagenheim. So there's a lot of cool stuff there. And then there's probably not another song released this year that has this structure to it. It's very uh,
Yeah,
all over the place, but in a way that kind of works. So it's a cool song for sure. Yeah.
yeah. I won't share too many of my thoughts completely on the album until we do that. But I that's one of the songs that I was like, oh, I forgot how much I really really like this song.
Yeah.
And the album in general, because like I love how back and forth it is between like the whiny kind of half spoken um half sung lyrics throughout like the softer guitar moments, and then just how it devolves and it or evolves into like screaming kind of metal screamo type stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like, damn, that's crazy. But
Yeah. Damn, that's
yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this song, and I'll talk about how much I like the album once we get there. But Yeah. What are you thinking?
Cool. I mean, I was thinking of doing basically the same thing you did this year with I revisited something this week and I was like, ah, this is a great album. I want to highlight another song from here. And it came out early in the year as well, and that's an album by a band called The Last Dinner Party. They're like a pop girly group, and I've been pop rockish, and I've been listening to this thing throughout the entire year. But one song that like really grew on me recently, that I want to highlight is called "On Your Side." So I'm gonna do that. It's "On Your Side" by The Last Dinner Party.
On your side when you're lying.
All right, so that was "On Your Side" by The Last Dinner Party. What do you think of that, Colin?
It was very nice. I liked the vocals on it, and the production was quite smooth and nice.
Mm.
That's I heard a lot about the Last Dinner Party this year, both from you and from other people online, and it's one that I had forgotten to check out this year. But um, I do remember you having one of the other songs as song of the year earlier, song of
Mm.
the week earlier um, this year. But yeah, I might have to check out that album because I like that. I like the vocals on it a lot. Very sweet.
Yeah, yeah, when you get around to it, I really do think you would like that album quite a bit. But yeah, I kind of similar to what you were saying. I really love the vocal performance on that song in particular. Lead singer Abigail just like goes all out on that one. And then also goes very soft as well. And then the production throughout the whole thing, but even just like that, really ambient finish. Which I didn't even realize is like half the song. I was looking at the length. I was like, oh damn, this really is a long outro, isn't it? But it sounds so good, especially in headphones. I really love that type of ambient production. But yeah, that's a song that like really grew on me in this last listen through of that record. But yeah, I guess I will save my more specific thoughts on that until later. But one more thing I wanted to highlight, I forgot to mention it in the last little segment that we just did, but the song you chose, Slip Under the Door, was the 400th song added to the Broken Boys Song of the Week playlist.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's, that's crazy.
yeah.
Can't believe we're already here.
we finally made it. So we've been waiting for. Yeah. But yeah, that's about all I got for this week, unless you got anything to add on.
Yeah, no, I'm all good. All wrapped up.
All we sure are. But I still have to do a little bit of a wrap up here. So if you if you'll excuse me, audio listeners, love you to death. Even if you use Spotify, I know we were kind of trashing it there for a sec. We still love you to death. But you can come on over to YouTube, where we're under the same name, Broken Boys, capital N BOIS. And there you can find, first off, see our beautiful profile pictures of the Spotify raps, as well as the Christmas man himself, looking at the bat symbol because that was a new quest, and I was like, hey, I played Batman this year.
Yeah, I was wondering those variant seasons. I was
Yeah,
just
yeah. I did kind of like the Dune towers that kind of looked like the Twin Towers. That was pretty
yeah.
funny for Schlatt. I don't know if I can get that back. I'll have to check it out. But anyways, you can come see what I'm talking about over on Discord, and over on YouTube. We're not giving you our Discord, sorry.
No.
But there you can find links to the Song of the Week playlist, that thing I was just talking about. Over 400 songs in there in the combined playlist. But we also got one for both me and Colin just individually. And in those playlists, you can find Under the Door by Glass Beach. Did I say that right? Is that
Yeah.
okay? I get Plastic Death mixed up with it all the time. And called it Plastic Beach a couple times. I'm like, no, that's completely different. Slip Under the Door by Glass Beach, or On Your Side by The Last Dinner Party. You can find those in those playlists. And yeah, you should do that. And yeah, as for me, I make music under the name Plaintive. I'm really looking to have 2025 release on a little EP thing, hoping. Really, I mean, like early 2025. Well, first few months of 2025. That's the goal. That's the goal I'm looking at, and I know I've said things, but that seems reasonably attainable to me. So, um,
I believe in you.
yes, I do have a song that I will send to you guys at some point. But to my friends, not you, the viewer. Sorry. No parasocial here, unless you're John. Then you could be parasocial.
Uh,
It's encouraged. Yeah. Um, but yeah. And then also I have an album of the year page where I rate review music. I have an Instagram page, well, just Instagram account, and a TikTok down there, and my personal YouTube. Well, the I'm doing caveats for everything. My YouTube piano channel. That's also is where I release music. And yeah, it's close enough. And this week, oh, man, I thought about being a tiny man in a rap, but I kind of did tiny man in food last week. Was that?
yeah, really good.
Yeah, I did that for the feast. Yeah, so I can't do that again. But what I am is I am a Spotify worker who got laid off and got replaced by AI this week for the Spotify Wrapped. So I'm very sad this week, and I don't like AI art. Colin over here, he runs our socials. He runs our Twitter page where he updates when videos are posted. What? So, oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I thought you said something to me.
No, you cut out for a second. I didn't hear you for a
Oh.
solid second.
Well,
I'll sped up.
I think the viewers heard me. I think it's all good. Yeah, he has a Twitter page where he updates when videos are posted, as well as other updates. And he also runs our TikTok page where he posts little funny clips of us being humorous. And he's got an album of the year page for his personal stuff. He's got an album of the year page as well, where he rates and reviews music. He's got a letterbox where he rates and reviews movies. He didn't say anything, but any new reviews up there?
No, I didn't watch anything this week. Just video games and work.
All right, catch up on those reviews from Colin down there. And he also has an Instagram page where he rates music and albums. And Colin, what is your relation to our dear viewer?
Well, after being laid off by Spotify as well, I've had to go back to an old life, an old job, and wrap up some meat at the deli.
Oh, man.
I'm wrapping up while sadly listening to my Spotify Wrapped playlist.
Your AI generated Spotify Wrapped playlist.
Yeah. It's just it's unfortunate, but I still use Spotify, so even if they fired me,
yeah,
at least
you stay loyal.
Yeah, I'm a loyal man. What can I say?
Mm-hmm.
But and as I'm wrapping up food at the deli and wrapping up that ham, that turkey, that salami, whatever meats our dear viewer would like, who I am in front of, wrapping their meat up.
Yeah, doing their order.
And you are behind them, waiting in line solemnly. Also, probably listening to your Spotify Wrapped playlist, AI generated. I'm going to look up at our dear viewer. They're going to see that I'm just a little sad. You see a little sadness in my eyes, and they're going to go, "What's wrong?" I'll rehash everything that I just told you now, and they'll go, "Oh no, I'm so sorry." And it's like, "Would you like?" And they're going to say, "Would you like a hug?" And you from behind them have taken out your earbuds because you're like, "What's taking so long?" And and you heard everything that happened, and you couldn't help but butt in and say, "Me too. That happened to me too. Exactly, me too."
Hugs for me too. Hugs for me too.
I'm gonna recognize you, my dear friend, who also works at Spotify and podcast. And I'm gonna come out from behind the counter.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And with wrapped meat in hand, I'm going to hug our dear viewer that wanted to check up on us, and you're going to hug them from behind because you also wanted to be a part of it. And it's okay because you know what? This is a part of our podcast, and the dear viewer knows that. So with you behind and me in front of the viewer, we're gonna embrace them from both directions, and next to their head, over their shoulder. We're both gonna look at each other, teasing our eyes over our past careers, and we're gonna go. It's okay. Maybe we can work at Apple next year.
Mhm.
But in that look, we're gonna come in for a nice smooch with each other, and smooch right next to our dear viewers' ears,
Mhm.
and this embrace is what we like to call the love cage. And if you would like your very own dear viewer, who we love to death oh so much,
Mhm.
all you have to do is drop your address in the comments below, and we will find you. You won't know when, you won't know where, but we will uh, find you and give you your very own love cage. So drop that addy, and yeah.
Yeah. Go do it. Um, and I can't wait until we are working in the produce section with the apples next year.
Yes.
You know,
Nice.
thank you.
Thank you. Continue.
You're welcome. All right, we'll see you next week for something.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
Bye-bye.
bye bye.